Hello everybody and welcome to Bathmat Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Transformers like Earthrise, Kingdom, I don't quite remember, Megatron. And the reason why I don't remember is because this is the final character in the 3-pack that I got. And so he doesn't come with like the matrix that straps to his chest that I think one version did. I think it was the Earthrise or Kingdom, one of the two, it doesn't matter. He doesn't come with that, but he comes with something infinitely better, in my opinion. And yeah. Also, I just realized that in my previous review, the Shockwave, one, I forgot to do size comparisons, but I guess that doesn't really matter because, well, it was kind of a repeat. But, so if you're wondering, this is the 3-pack in its entirety. It was like the... Yeah, there we go. My goodness, why are you so loose? Yeah, this is not the best Megatron mold, in my opinion, but it is a fairly decent one. So, yeah, let's just adjust that. And there we go. You got... It was a really good 3-pack. I really like this 3-pack. But that's not technically to complete it, because what this 3-pack came with was a really cool purple chair. So, in order to complete it, you gotta put him in a sitting position. And, yeah, buddy. That looks pretty dang good. And of course, Starscream should be there somewhere. Although I feel like he would be at, like, the feet, like, begging for his life. At Megatron's feet, you know? It's just, like, Starscream is, like, his right-hand man, but, like, these guys are the trustworthy ones. Well, depending on the continuity, Shockwave can be more or less trusting. But, yeah. And, yeah, so this is the 3-pack. It's absolutely sick. And, yeah, I'd recommend it, depending on the price, of course. I have no idea what it costs now, or if you can even still get it. But, yeah. Now, let's talk about the figure itself, because it's alright. It's definitely not my favorite version of Megatron, but it gets the job done, and is good enough until the 86 Megatron, which has its own controversy in itself, because it won't be able to turn into a gun, which is kind of disappointing, but at the same time, I totally understand why, due to the new rules, but I, of course, would prefer it to turn into a gun. But I think there's a third-party figure that works with that all right, but I don't, I haven't gotten my hands on it, so I'm not saying it's good or not, so, yeah. But this figure is pretty good, overall. You got a pretty dang good design in here. You got the good old bucket head, you got the classic G1 setup. You got the feet that look like they could be a gun. Then you turn it on the back and it's a tank. And then you go over to this side and, yeah, he has his sword that is also definitely not just pieces of kibble. And also what looks to be a radar dish. And, yeah, this sword weapon stabby thing is... I don't know how I feel about it, because it's a pretty big bit of parts forming, and yeah, it's a weapon, but it feels like it's a piece of parts forming that was then made into a weapon, not a weapon that was used as a good bit of parts forming. I don't know if that made sense, but there's a difference, you know? There's like the weapons that naturally fit into a good part of the vehicle, and it like seems like it was meant to, and then it was like, oh crap, we gotta add this throw blade on the end. And then, you got the classic fusion cannon, and of course, it looks great. And, yeah. Also, of course, let's actually just bring in the chair. And, yeah, good old chair. Works really well. You can sit in it. Well, I can't, but you can put your figures in it. Back, hollow, with a bunch of ports on there, so, yeah, they can all rest and stay there. You can, like, put a bunch of weapons and stuff like that in there, and it holds pretty well. Yeah. Now, let's get back to the figure, where, yeah, my main problems are just, kind of loose, especially in the knees, and the ankles already can tilt due to transformation. So the knees are loose, and he's rather back heavy. So it just either he's leaning forward or he kind of falls back. Another problem is this fusion cannon is not the loosest thing. I definitely have had looser cannons, unfortunately. My Kingdom Galvatron has a very loose cannon. It just happened that way eventually, and that's kind of disappointing. But, yeah. Now, actually, let's start talking about articulation, because it's pretty good. So, head on a ball joint. You got up, down, side to side, and it's pretty stiff there. You got full 360. You got out that far. You have a bicep rotation. Is that bicep? Like, this is the bicep, but it's like the elbow can rotate. Then you got 90 degrees. Tank can do a, not tank, cannon can do a full 360. Nothing at the wrist, although you do have in and out at the hand due to transformation. Waist can rotate. The backpack does get in the way of doing a full 360, but you have enough to do anything natural. Then you got forward that far, back that far, out that far. You have a thigh swivel. You have 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Then you have an ankle pivot, and that's a pretty dang good ankle pivot. And then you got up and down at the foot, and you have movement at the heel. So overall, not bad articulation at all. So now let's get to size comparisons. So here he is with my previous review. Well, actually, here he is with my previous review, but I forgot to do size comparisons, so we'll just, for him as well, so we'll just throw him in there now. So here he is with Ironhide, and yeah, that works pretty well. And here he is with the prime unit of measurement, and that works all right. And here they are with Batman. And yeah. Now let's get to transformation, because it's all right. It's the Siege transformation, but like modified to be Earth mode transformation. So it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. So first, remove the pew pew thingy and this piece, which is just blatant parts forming. It's a gap filler. So yeah, set that off to the side. Thankfully, you don't have to parts form the cannon, which is kind of cool. So fold. Whoop. Also, I guess you could add this as a bit of articulation due to how this unpegs. You got a backwards butterfly joint. But so fold in the hands, rotate the cannon, which is why it's getting looser. Fold that in, then take the whole back and just unpeg this at right here. You just take your and peg that, unpeg that. Let me restart. Okay, so you come back here, you take your thumb, unpeg this clip there, lift all that up, bring that around, but don't actually tab it in. You're gonna bring out this. You're gonna line these up, but again, don't tab that in. And then you bring this down and collapse that in, and it'll collapse his head in a little bit. And yes, this is just here and it's fully exposed. There's nothing you can really do about it. Then plug that in, come to the back, peg the arms in, scratch your nose. You have to do that every time. Rotate the waist. Bring the legs out like so. Flip down this piece. Bend the leg here. Take this bit. Peg that in right there and there. And then rotate the legs right here. And inward like that. Then collapse that up. Then peg that in like so, and you just want all that straightened out like that. Then take these bits, fold that up, take the feet, close that up and straighten them down. Adjust the arms. And then you take this bit, fold up the peg, and then you just slot that on and collapse that in. And there you have the tank mode. And it's all right. I feel like it really could have used a, instead of just being a remold of, or like a what's the word that I'm thinking of? Remake, remold, retool, that's the one. Of the Siege, I feel like it would have been a bit better if they, you know, just made a new mold, but I guess you have to save money somehow. So, here it is. As far as articulation goes, as the tank, you got a full 360 there, no up or down, and yeah. So, that's it. Then, there you have the bottom. There's the back. There's the front. And yeah, it feels kind of half-baked, honestly, but, oh well, I have better Megatrons that are turned into tanks, and I'm sure that the Studio Series 86 one will be absolutely fantastic, despite not turning into, you know, exactly what you want, or at least exactly what I want. But, so yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, comment down below what characters I should review next, and I'll get to them as soon as I can, and follow me on YouTube and TikTok. Bye!